Hello. So, I'm gonna take, since nobody else is in here, I'm gonna take this thing off. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna show you how to take a video of a book talk. All right, so here I am. I've got my poster up here that I've made. I have selected Cookie as my chapter and dog from My Life in Dog Years by Gary Paulson. As you can see, I've drawn the picture of Cookie, same as the book. And what I've drawn here is the event that I thought was the most important part of that chapter, and that's where Cookie actually saves Gary's life. Gary, if you can see here, has got his hand sticking out of the water, this frozen lake, and now all the trees are snowy and whatnot, and Cookie paid attention or managed to hear him as he fell through and was able to get all the other dogs together and pull him out to safety. And so I thought that was a really great chapter and showed a lot about the relationship that Gary's got with his dogs. I chose 5 different characteristics. One would be leader. I found it on page 2. And the passage was, Cookie was my lead dog when I first started to run dogs, and she was also my lead dog in my first Iditarod sled race. Okay, that's my first characteristic. Second one is survivor. I found that on page 3, and the passage was, Cookie was given to me by a man who thought she was so sick she couldn't run any longer. And obviously that wasn't the case. So she survived whatever issue she had. She got dewormed and became a really great dog for him. So she's a survivor. Heroic. On page 7, he says very plainly, I would have died if not for Cookie, and that's pretty heroic, I think. The next one, strong, on page 6, the passage said, then the rope tightened, and I put a little ellipsis here, those 3 dots, because I didn't want to write everything in there, but I wanted to make sure that the passage that I'd selected shows exactly what I'm talking about and why it represents her being strong. It says, then the rope tightened, and the dogs pulled me out of the hole and back up onto the ice. So yeah, pretty strong to be able to pull a full-grown man completely soaked in all of his clothing and everything like that. And then the last one was alert, and I picked that. It's on page 5 and 6. The last thing I saw as I went under was Cookie's head, her eyes locking on mine. So Cookie did a lot of great stuff. Obviously, she was very important to Gary, and that's it. That's really all you gotta do for a book talk. So really just, again, I've got my poster here. I've got everything sorted out for the chapter that I want to talk about. And that's really all you have to do. And then I would open the floor up to any questions. Maybe somebody wants to ask me why I chose it, and maybe I could tell a little bit more about it. But for the most part, I think all the questions are answered. And that's all you gotta do. So put your Chromebook up there, record yourself doing exactly what I just did, just basically reading through why you chose the dog, what your drawing is, and those characteristics, and then upload that onto the Google Classroom. Thank you. Have a good day.